Morning. I want you to take a minute and do a little exercise with me. I want you to think back to a time when you were 17, 18 years old. You're in high school. You have life figured out. You know exactly what you're going to do with your life. Then you graduate. Then that last summer is over. And at the end of that summer, you realize, I don't have anything figured out. But what if I told you we have a program that can help you as that young person figure some things out? Now I want you to think about some time in the future. Some of us it's a little longer, some of us it's a lot closer, but you're retired. You're sitting on your front porch in the morning, looking at your well-manicured lawn, drinking a nice hot cup of coffee. It's at that moment that you realize all those years and those experiences that you've had in your life brought you to this one moment where you're drinking the most expensive cup of coffee you've ever had. When you think about it, it's the most expensive because you put in a lot of work just to get to that point. What if I told you that we have a program that you can take all those life experiences and be able to continue down the road and share those experiences with some young people and help them out? Bridging Generations, one step at a time, is that program. Chair, members of the board of Cochise County Board of Supervisors, I want to thank you for letting us present to you today. My name is Tim Bowlby, and I'm the current vice mayor of Wilcox. And like you, I'm a public official, and I understand the need to take care of our constituents of all ages. So we're just coming out of the coronavirus pandemic. It's been 2 long years, and families and people in general have been more separated now more than ever. Physical health has seen a decline because people didn't get out, get as much exercise as they used to pre-pandemic. Mental health issues have increased because people have been isolated and out of touch with one another. So we have a program, Bridging Generations, that we want to pilot in Wilcox. This program will help fix some of those issues. We're going to take local juniors and seniors and pair them up with local senior citizens, and we're going to bring them to a park where they can walk around, they can interact with each other, get some physical exercise, they can sit on the benches, they can sit on the swings even, and have a good time and just interact in a healthy way that is good for both of them. These older generations have a vast amount of knowledge that they have to share with the younger generation. But the amazing thing is that those younger generations still have a lot to teach the older generation. They use technology in a way that most of us, even myself, don't even understand. And they can teach myself and the older generations how to do that. So here, as the County Board of Supervisors, you have a new plan that you're about to be working on, a new county community health improvement plan for Cochise County from 2023 to 2027 for the next 5 years. And what we ask is that you look at taking this program that we're going to pilot in Wilcox and bring it into the scope of this health improvement plan. Because then we can take it not only from Wilcox, but we can take it into the other cities and towns around Cochise County. Can you imagine Cochise County being at the forefront of helping people, all their constituents, but as we grow the program, helping others mentally and physically as we continue to come out of this pandemic? I know we can imagine that. That's why we're here today. And we want to get you involved by adding this into the new community health improvement. Now I will turn it over to my colleague Sarah, who will talk about the data that brought us to this program.
Thank you, Tim. Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. I'm Sarah Wagner. As a grant professional with a public health background, my colleagues, Ian and Tim, enlisted my help in investigating the viability of our project. We conducted a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis, as well as reviewed both the statewide and county health improvement plans in order to inform our action plan. And then we crafted some interview questions just in case we got the chance to talk to public officials like yourselves or other key community stakeholders. And perhaps it was the luck of the Irish, but we got that first chance on St. Patrick's Day. And we were able to interface with two dynamic University of Arizona cooperative extension leaders, as well as this extraordinary community health champion from Wilcox Unified School District. We talked to them, told them about our project idea, and it was just like finding that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. We discovered there's already a home for our program, and it's called Growing Healthy Wilcox. It's currently housed at the school through their School Health Advisory Committee. We reconvened a month later to continue the conversation, and as we talked, the trust deepened, and the senior program coordinator, Lisa Quiñones, shared with us that there was actually another project closer to her heart. She shared stories of kids in both New Mexico and California who came from families that maybe weren't on a traditional four-year college trajectory, meaning there wasn't a mentor in the home who had ever graduated from college, or perhaps English wasn't their first language at home. There were kids who were living with disabilities, and they told stories of these kids interfacing with veterans and others who had experienced more seasons of life, and just the richness that occurred when they had a platform to interact. And so the flyer in front of you shows some endorsements from these key stakeholders. Basically, in a nutshell, we told Liza, yes, we'll embrace this pivot with our project. And she said, this brings tears to my eyes. And from there, we used their guidance to come up with this logic model, which is basically our final action plan. You'll see that we're prepared to launch in the fall school year, September 2022. It depicts the community assets we would leverage to carry out the program activities that would lead to these both short-term and long-term outcomes. As a final litmus test that we applied was checking in with the kids. We talked to 9 high school juniors and seniors, as well as 7 more seasoned community members, aged 55 plus, and we're delighted to discover they said, heck yeah, we will meet in Keeler Park once a month for a 30-minute walk. And I'm going to let Ian tell you more about the magic that happens when they come together.
Thank you, Sarah. Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. My name is Ian McGhee. I'm the Deputy County Administrator for Yuma County. In a world where everyone is very busy, sometimes the aging population can feel forgotten. Some aging adults don't have many opportunities to engage emotionally and socially, particularly with young people. And youth oftentimes don't have the opportunity to engage with older adults, missing out on opportunities for mentorship and career guidance. Now, as Sarah showed with her data, research is clear that building positive relationships with older adults is valuable for young people and can have lasting positive impacts for both generations. For example, a recent study demonstrated that senior citizens exposed to intergenerational activities showed a decrease in depression. And for youth, other studies have suggested improved test scores and an improvement in positive changes in attitude. Now, as you know, Cochise County has a large number of senior citizens. And in rural communities, seniors can sometimes feel more isolated. And likewise, young people feel the need to go to larger cities where they think that's where they have to be to get the skills they need to succeed and grow in their careers. This program that we're talking about today helps our young people learn the skills they need right here locally. In Wilcox, we ran a trial run of this project to foster cross-generational engagement with physical activity, and this proof of concept was by all accounts a success. But don't take my word for it. Take it from the participants themselves. I'd like to take a minute to show you what this program looks like so you can see and hear for yourself that this concept has already made a positive difference in people's lives and perceptions. There's something special going on in a small rural city in southeastern Arizona. Teenagers and senior citizens are teaming up, going for a walk, and talking. This new program, called Bridging Generations One Step at a Time, has a very simple goal: to get young people and older people together, to get to know one another by sharing experiences, stories, and aspirations.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. He's very smart.
I got to know how high school was back then for them, and I talked about TikTok.
Intergenerational communication shapes youth values in positive ways and can strengthen their career trajectory.
Spending time with a senior person, I thought it was really good for me because they gave me advice, and that I could use now.
And giving senior citizens an avenue for sharing experiences and insights helps them feel valued.
The older generations that's run businesses and done things, they know how to do these things, and they can help these guys out, and these girls out. I think you're giving them an opportunity and an avenue to bring this knowledge to people that need it.
The program is even more valuable in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, which limited activities and contributed to isolation.
I think it's helping people get more out there. I'm about to be a senior, and my freshman year got cut short because of COVID, and it really limited creating or some connections with people.
Bridging generations one step at a time. A step in the right direction for intergenerational communication, mentoring, and fun. So the trial run for Bridging Generations has shown real potential in Wilcox, and since it's easily replicated, it can work in other Cochise County communities as well. And that's because the concept and its execution are simple, require minimal coordination, the roadmap has already been designed, and the low to no financial investment has shown to have an outsized return by building healthier and stronger relationships. Cochise County, as you know, is known to be an innovator. Cochise County was the first county in Arizona to join the Rural Innovation Initiative. And we're asking you today, the Cochise County Board of Supervisors, to once again take the lead by prioritizing this innovative program within the new Community Health Improvement Plan. We're confident that once it's shown to be successful here in Cochise County, it can spread to communities statewide, improving generational perspectives and changing the lives of its participants one step at a time. Thank you for your time. We're happy to answer any